Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome from the state capitol. I'm Tim Echols, Vice Chair of the Georgia Public Service Commission, and I'm here in a mostly empty 244 Washington building. Across the street, legislators are coming in, and hopefully the Columbus delegation is going to pop in and say hello. I know they've got a meeting going on, and they're going to say hello. We've got a fun half hour for you today. My assistant with me, as always, Faith Henning. Good morning, Faith. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, and it's really good to start this new program that we're doing, and we're going to be showcasing Georgia cities, right? So we've got Columbus today. Well, what do we have the next couple of weeks?
Next week will be Jefferson, and then after that we'll go to Loganville, and then Conyers, and then Tybee by the end of February.
Yeah, fun. Sounds like maybe I should do Tybee live, huh? On the island. Yeah, we've got with us today some special guests. My friend, Dr. Dorinda Dowis, coming to us from Columbus State, from the classroom, right, Doctor?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we just started on Monday, and this is I have Tuesday, Thursday classes, and today is the second day.
Yeah, and then one of your former students, Bobby Starr, who runs Micah's Promise. Hey, Bobby.
Hi, good morning.
And then the new president of Liberty Utilities, located down there in Columbus, working both the Columbus market for natural gas and Gainesville, Carolyn Bermudez. Carolyn, good to see you and welcome to your new job.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Carolyn, it's a little chilly out there. Y'all delivering a lot of natural gas this morning?
Yes, it's real chilly here, but it's warming up to about 50, but we are delivering a lot of natural gas. We love the cold weather.
Yeah, you do. And you guys at Liberty, you've got the roots up there from Canada, right? So y'all know a little something about cold weather.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk with Dr. Dallas just for a second, if we could. She's got a class coming in shortly. Dr. Dallas, y'all have just kind of started back. Are y'all using some COVID protocol? How's that working?
Yes, we have a very detailed COVID protocol. We began putting it all together last semester. Well, actually before that, but the first time using it would be last semester in fall. And of course, you got to work out the glitches and the communication and everything. And we think we got all of our students on board last semester to start this semester with the protocol that's required, which basically is if you feel sick, do not come to class. But we have an immediate student intake form that they have to fill out, and then we have a rapid response team that immediately contacts those students and gets involved with their testing and tracking and quarantine if necessary, and then they send us information as to how long they might be out for something. They don't tell us what, but how long they might be out and when we can expect them back into class. And we have worked a lot of flexibility into our attendance policies and our classes. We're doing some classes in the classroom. We're doing some classes completely and totally online. And we're doing some classes that are hybrids, where if we're doing social distancing in the classroom with mask. So if the classroom won't hold what it normally holds, even with social distancing, the numbers that they've established, then we have to do what's called a high flex course, where we split the class in two, and some will be in the classroom on Tuesday and some online, and then the other group in the classroom Thursday and the other group online.
Yeah, so I know that you have taught public administration and criminal justice, and with three of my own kids involved in law enforcement, are you seeing at this time, or are there challenges at getting kids to want to go into public safety?
Oddly enough, no. We have got, over the years, I've been here 28 years, and over the years we've seen different categories of criminal justice or the justice system spike and others fall off. And then throughout the years that we have the reversal of that. We are shorthanded nationwide in public safety officers and law enforcement and police officers. So we have actually created a new Nexus degree at the urging of the university system here at Columbus State in our Department of Criminal Justice and Sociology, that's supposed to help streamline students into the workforce after 2 years with a degree. Now, it's not an associate degree, but what we've done is identified specific courses that they would need as a basic foundation to be in law enforcement, such as community relations, multiculturalism, those types of classes besides the basics, and police organ op, and get them ready. We found that we had a lot of people, we were losing a lot of students between their sophomore and junior year because they had 2 more years and everybody was requiring a 4-year degree to get a job. So the university system asked us to create this public safety nexus degree. It's approved. We'll start in August with it. And we've also, Bobby, you'll be interested to know, we've put our entire criminal justice program online. So we also have it online. We have the nexus degree, we have an associate degree, we have a minor, and we have your traditional classroom classes. But we've seen a lot of people now going into public safety and law school.
Hey, tell me about this new program that y'all are starting, because I hadn't heard about that at any of the other universities.
Yeah, basically your nexus degrees, when the university system points at you and says, this is a specialty of yours, how about creating this degree? We have another one, which is our film academy here, that's a nexus degree. I believe ABAC has got one. Several other universities have specific nexus degrees that have been proposed, usually at the targeting of the University System of Georgia, saying, we're going to have you do this. North Georgia College has the Post Academy that runs simultaneously with their program. Other schools have other specific programs, but this will be unique to Columbus State University.
Wow. And just the final thought here, I know you've got to run. Maybe Georgians haven't visited Columbus in a while. I mean, it's not, it's not necessarily on like a main thoroughfare like 95, 75, or 85, though 185 obviously does, dead end into Fort Benning.
Right.
How has the university revitalized downtown? Because I'm just loving the downtown area by the river, and every time I go there, I see new condos going up, new restaurants. I mean, it's just beautiful down there.
It began with us purchasing some of the properties down there, the Rankin Square and some other properties down there, and slowly going into that area. It began with one block turning into like a student downtown of Athens, for instance, and where they can go and they can eat and they can socialize and they move around. So people started buying up down there for restaurants and taverns and whatnot. And it just grew out of us going down there to begin with and buying up some of those properties. And we now have dormitories down there. We have several of our fine arts degree is located down there, and several of much of the fine arts is down there, because that's your acting and your art and your theater, your art, and your music. The music school is down there. So it's a second campus to us, really, downtown, and it has revitalized the whole town. We now have the Frank Brown building, which is health and our education and health sciences and professions, that's downtown, along with the music school and the theater school and the art school.
Well, introduce your student to us, and she's going to be going last today. But before you leave, I want you to introduce one of your former students.
Yes, Bobby Starr. Bobby was one of my students in undergrad and master's, I think, Bobby, is that correct?
Yeah.
She was a non-traditional student coming in, and she set the bar in my classes. So I never could give a curve, graded curve. Bobby was up there at the top every time, whether it was undergraduate or graduate. And I'm very proud of her and what she's doing in the community. She's jumped right in with both feet and done an excellent job. And I'm sure she will continue to do so.
That's very kind.
Dr. Dallas, I didn't say it at the beginning, but you and I have been buddies for a long time.
Long time. I think we met when we were 17 years old in high school.
We met when I was the student council vice president. I was actually 16 at the time. You were your junior year. What were you?
Nothing. I got elected in my junior year for my senior year to be the student council, student body president.
Yeah. So you were student council president, and then I became student council president. You were at Griffin. I was just up the road at North Clayton.
Exactly.
We worked together on so many things. We learned so much about the state and developing relationship with others. And now you're leading the way there at Columbus State. I'm so proud of you and all that you've done. And while those years in high school so important, weren't they, in forming a desire to serve and lead? And I'm just eternally grateful for Robin Greer, my student council advisor, Gwen Collier at Forest Park High School, Mary Lot Walker from Blackshear,
Yes.
and then people like you who
Oh, thank you.
spoke into my life. I mean, me as a young man, you as a young woman leading, and as we shared ideas about how to be a better leader. Those were great times.
They were, and we got to meet many other people. Victor Wilson, this Dean of Students at the University of Georgia, and we went to many conferences. We went to a national conference together for a week up in Marlborough, Massachusetts. That was unbelievable with Dr. Walker, Mary Lot Walker, and we just had so much fun. And we developed a basis for leadership and service and administration in those experiences that we were given, that we were so blessed to have been given.
Well, have a great day with your class today, and we will look forward to having you back on sometime.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good seeing everybody. See you next time.
Okay, bye-bye. Wow, that is so cool to be able to see a former, peer in high school just doing so well. Bobby, I know you're proud of her too, as she was your mentor.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's go back to the freezing coal and talk to Carolyn about what's going on with Liberty Utilities. Carolyn, I regulate your company, and we are blessed to have so many quality companies here in Georgia, and Liberty is just one of those that not only strives to take care of their customers individually, but being a good corporate citizen, both in Columbus and Gainesville and beyond. So I know you've got big shoes to fill over there because you guys have worked so hard for years. What are you excited about, in your new role?
Well, I'm excited to join a great company. Liberty is a great company. It's owned by Algonquin, as you mentioned, out of Canada. And I'm excited to be a part of this leadership team at Columbus. There's a lot of great things we're doing, either from looking at RNG projects, looking at being more involved in communities, but there's just a whole lot going on, and it feels like I've been here forever. There's such a welcoming group.
You mentioned RNG, or renewable natural gas, is something that is really being talked about a lot now, and I think with a new administration in Washington, we're going to hear even more. But given that y'all work in Gainesville, the chicken capital of America, and there's so much chicken litter that is being pulled out of those chicken houses, and that chicken litter contains energy. Explain RNG just for our viewers today.
So RNG, renewable natural gas, is what it is. And it's an innovative solution that really take waste and turn it into clean, affordable, and reliable fuel. So what RNG is, it's an important part of clean energy solution. It's a hand-to-hand with other greenhouse energy sources. RNG can help reduce the carbon emissions at the local level. It's something that is accessible by all customers, be it residential, businesses. And basically what it's doing is it's taking this waste that all of America produces waste. It takes that waste and it turns it into this renewable energy that is really helping us meet our reduction in greenhouse gas initiatives around the country.
And corporations, they value, I think, renewable energy now more than ever. Are you hearing that from some of your customers, whether it's the military base or others?
Yeah, we are. There is a value to moving to renewable natural gas. We know nationally as well as internationally, environmental aspects of being more environmentally conscious is something that we all value. Our company values it as well as our customers. So people are interested in finding ways to reduce our carbon footprint. And RNG gives us that opportunity to do it. And we have companies that have approached us. So there's some states that have moved a lot more aggressively toward renewable than others, but it is something that is important if we're going to achieve the environmental goals that we have as a country and as states.
If you're just tuning in, we're live on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and we're talking Columbus, Georgia today. And Columbus is in the western central part of the state on the Chattahoochee River. And hey, let me ask you, Carolyn, have you had a chance to go across that zip line across the river and experience that Columbus zip line that looks scary?
No, it's too scary for me. I'm not that adventurous. So I have not had the opportunity to do it yet.
For those of you that haven't gone to Columbus, if you like adventure, you save time to be able to pay a little fee to be strapped into a zip line and go across the Chattahoochee River, I don't know, a couple hundred feet above it. But I sat there. There's a wonderful river walk that Wendy and I just walked down. Bobby, have you done that? Have you done the zip line?
No. My dad was in the Air Force, and he would say, "Why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane?" And so I kind of feel that way about zip lines and other things.
Oh, wow. So there's, have you had a chance to visit with some of those downtown restaurants or walk around downtown, Carolyn? And what do you think? What do you like? Have you tried any good food down there?
Yes, during the time when I was interviewing with Liberty, I had an opportunity to visit the area, and great restaurants downtown. I won't name any of them, but great restaurants. I was advised, I was given a list of about 5 I should try, and I tried them all. And one of the great things about Columbus is it is a small area compared to where I live, which is Miami. But the people, the culture, everything here exists in Columbus. And I have truly enjoyed going out, meeting people, and trying the local restaurants that are in the area.
Well, Carolyn, good luck with your job. Thanks for being on Community Focus today. And thanks for all you're doing to serve our citizens down in Columbus and Gainesville.
Thank you.
Okay, see you around. Wow, Bobby, that's really neat to just to hear about what Carolyn and their company's doing. And we have so many good corporations, and these corporations, many of them are good citizens. They support charities like yours. Tell us a little bit about Micah's Promise, and to our listeners, my heart for stopping human trafficking and how I created the Unholy Tour, and Faith administrates that for me, and we've traveled the state really just raising awareness about this. And Bobby, we had a chance to work with your organization a couple of times. We did bring the Unholy Tour to Columbus. So, but tell our viewers about Micah's Promise.
Thank you. So Micah's Promise is a faith-based organization that has been fighting sex trafficking since 2014. We use evidence-based and survivor-informed education for the community. And then we've been working on our capital campaign to build a therapeutic treatment facility for girls aged 12 to 17 that have been trafficked in the state of Georgia. And as you know, Tim, we have a lot of children that have been trafficked in our state, not unlike all across the U.S., but we also have this major shortage in therapeutic care. So, we can do all this work to prevent trafficking, to make awareness of trafficking, and then identify trafficked victims. But then we really don't have anywhere for the kids to go for the long-term and intensive therapeutic care that they're going to need to work through their complex trauma. So all that to say, for years we've been in a capital campaign, and we're very, very close. We've made an offer on some land, and so we should be breaking ground very soon. And so it's a really exciting time for me. You've been in the trenches. We've been in the trenches for years, And hopefully within a year, we're going to be up and operating our therapeutic facility.
Yeah, Faith, we work with a lot of organizations, and getting a treatment facility that's safe, that has everything that's needed. I mean, that's no easy thing to do, is it?
No.
We've seen the governor and his wife put that facility up there with
Receiving Hope.
Yeah, up in, is it Paulding County, Faith?
Mhm.
And I had a chance to tour that. So, but that, I mean, having kids that work in law enforcement, that, have, that have been engaged with, having to pick up victims and needing a place to take them. I remember this happened during the Super Bowl in Atlanta, and being able to have an immediate place when a bust was made, and this girl's underage, she's going, she's not going to jail, we're taking her to the treatment facility. I mean, Bobby, oftentimes these girls are simply slaves of these guys, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. And it's really a complex issue because for so many of these kids, they don't recognize that they're victims of a crime because they have so much childhood trauma that they think that they're in a relationship with this person, because that's what these people do. They find these vulnerabilities and they find these vulnerable kids, and they convince them that they're going to care for them and they're going to love them. And so many of these kids never had that simple, basic love and kindness and care, even from their own families. But we're also seeing a rise in familial trafficking. So I was just on Dave McCleary's webinar yesterday.
Hey, can you pause just a quick second? Hey, we're going to bring in Representative Buckner. Representative Buckner, we've only got about another 7 minutes in our show today, but I've told the audience that, hey, we're going to have our Georgia delegation from Columbus drop in, and I know you're over at the Capitol. I'm across the street. How's it going over there?
Well, we are getting tested regularly, and I hate to interrupt anything Bobby Starr has to say. She does amazing work. Our biggest fan.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for what you do. It's hard work, and we need you doing what you're doing, and we need for people to support you. So the Capitol is different. We are getting tested every Monday and every Thursday. So our delegation broke up from our meeting where we talked about the bills we'll be drawing up and introducing for the city. We will, not just the city government, but for the school board and all the different entities. But we all were running to either the rules committee meeting, which will happen shortly, or going by to get our tests done. They will be here, and we get tested every Thursday, like I said, until 11. So we will pass out the supplemental budget probably today, and it will move to the Senate. So we're moving rather quickly. And,
yeah, I guess y'all are concerned. I guess maybe you're concerned that there be a COVID outbreak and then it disrupt the budget process. So is that kind of, do you think things will get done before sine die? Is that kind of the idea? Let's go ahead and knock everything out just in case.
Well, I do think they're worried about COVID, and the main thing we want to move this supplemental budget forward is we've put some money in there so that we can help public health be able to handle the calls for the vaccines more efficiently, and then be able to keep the records. The old GRITS program, which is the immunization record electronic program that we have, just cannot handle all the data for all of these COVID vaccines on top of all the children and people that are already in the system. So we're going to we've allocated money for them to get a totally different program that will be able to handle the large numbers. So hopefully that will get approved.
Well, how can folks reach you if maybe they have a question? Because they can watch the session live stream. That's still going on, right?
That is correct. They have just redone the House of Representatives website and the State Senate website as well. But if you go to Georgia General Assembly on your browser, it will come up, and you can then it's an easy website to walk through to either watch committee meetings, watch the floor activity, and then it'll say representatives or senators, and you click on that, and it will take you to our name, and it'll have all of our contact information. And I do well with emails usually. Right now, I'm kind of bogged down because we got 80,000 emails from people wanting us to throw out the election, and of course that's a done deal. But we're still getting emails, and so our response time may be a tad slower than normal, but we'll get back with you, or at least I know our delegation will.
Well, Representative, thanks for your service to the people of Columbus and the people of Georgia. I know you've got meetings to go to, so have a great day over there. Go get your test, and we'll see you around in the halls.
Thank you. And y'all, thanks for what you do. Good to see you, Bobby.
Good to see you.
Well, that's great having the representative chime in. Bobby, I'm sorry to have interrupted you. We've got just about 3 more minutes before I need to scoot to a committee meeting myself. So, Bobby, how can folks find out about Micah's Promise? And is there anything maybe in this last little segment that you want to say to viewers in Columbus and beyond?
I would like to quickly, Representative Buckner and Carolyn Hughley last year. Tomorrow we're doing a red sand project. We've been doing it all around Columbus, different installations, but they started that off last year, and so gave us a great idea. So anyways, I just really appreciate her and the work that all the bipartisan work that's gone into trafficking. What I would tell Columbus and any of your viewers is that it's a hard thing to do what we're doing, anti-trafficking work, but we need everybody engaged in it. We have raised all of the funds that we've raised basically through foundations and grants. We don't receive at this point federal or state funding until we're up and running and built. And so we need as many partnerships as possible. I love Liberty Utilities. I was so grateful to see that you had their new president on today, because Chuck Rossi, the prior, he was a great supporter of Micah's Promise. So we really need corporations to come beside us and help us get this work done, help us with our capital campaign, help us with all the opportunities to come in and do trainings, whether it's corporate, whether it's through an agency or churches. There's many ways to engage in this work, and everybody can make a difference. And when y'all talked about you've known Dr. Dowis since high school, I knew her 20 years ago when we were both victim advocates for sexual assault. And so her being one of my first professors was such a good fit. And I'm just in awe. And when y'all talk about in high school, the opportunities y'all had, and look where you are now, you're both serving in such an amazing way. But if we can't reach these kids who are vulnerable, then their potential is being stifled and just cut. Their lives are being cut, and we're losing our future. And so I want them to have the same opportunities you and Dr. Dowis had. So I would just say, come join us, because we're really trying, beyond saving lives, we're trying to save our future.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Bobby. Have a great day. Faith and I are going to say bye to the group, so you stay safe down there. Faith, another great day as we focused on Columbus, Georgia today. River City, and it's a place all Georgians should go. And hey, check out that little ride over the river. Maybe next time I'll be brave enough to do it. Well, Faith, thanks for putting all this together, and we'll look forward next week to Jefferson, yes, Georgia, Jackson County, near and dear to my heart. I live right around the corner. So we'll see you next Thursday morning at 9 o'clock.
Sounds great.
Take care.
Bye-bye.